What's going on YouTube? This is What Would Josh Do, and once again this video is in 4K. I've been doing 1080p 60 frames per second, but I decided to go ahead and do this one in 4K just because this is an exciting unboxing. This is the brand new Nexus 6. I ordered mine on October 29th, about probably 15,000 refreshes later, and so I had the Nexus 7. That was my very first Nexus device, and I would use that over my Note 3. And then after I got my Nexus 5 right here, this thing right here, I fell in love with the Nexus series. I mean, I already love my Nexus 7. Everything I loved about my tablet was now on my phone. So I absolutely love this phone. And as you can see, we are on Lollipop at the moment. So you can take your Nexus 5 and put it on Lollipop. And the same exact thing is on the Nexus 9. We have Lollipop on here as well. So it's pretty freaking awesome. Let's unbox this. This is exciting. Let's do this. Let's open this thing up. Let's try not to cut ourselves because I probably wouldn't even notice if I'm bleeding. I'm just so freaking excited. Like, seriously, this is the phone I've been waiting for forever now. My Google Play order is in here, so I need to go ahead and take that out. All right, set that to the side. And in here, we have our lovely Nexus 6. Now, the box is shaped just like the Nexus 9 here. So same thing, just you got the letter, the logo, the 9. And, well, this is the Nexus player. We also unboxed that. Man, I'm telling you, there's videos all over my channel if you're curious about these products. Alright, so I had to run downstairs and get my Nexus 5 box. Big difference. We did go with the 64 gig version because, to be frankly honest with you, the Nexus 5 was my favorite phone until I got my HTC One MA Google Play Edition. My wife is currently using that because my two daily drivers, for those of you asking, is my OnePlus One and my Note 4. These do have service on them, two different carriers. I'm pretty much guaranteed to have LTE no matter where I go. So these are my two daily drivers, but the OnePlus One is going to the side, and the SIM card, well, this is a micro. This does take a nano, so I'm going to have to go to the AT&T store and get a nano SIM for the Nexus 6, and then I'll be using my Note 4 on T-Mobile. And one of the nice things about this is you got that removable back, so you can take that battery out, and I have a video on the expandable battery thing, so, or you can put a different official stock battery in there. And people are like, oh, you can't remove the battery. That's true, you can't do that. But I ordered the 64 gig Nexus 6. I'll let you see that right there. So I got the 64 gig. Apparently it's called the XT1103 for those of you that are curious. But I got the 64 gig. And if you watch my Leaf Bridge video, this is a 64 gig drive that plugs right into the bottom of the micro USB port. So if I have something that's taking up a lot of room on my Nexus 6, I can just transfer that file to here and then plug this USB 3.0 in into my computer and transfer from there. So I do have expandable storage, and so no complaints there. And if you're that worried about it, just get the 64 gig model, and I mean, Android is doing away with SD cards. Unless you root your phone, none of the apps can even touch your micro SD card unless it like goes to the specific folder that it's assigned to. So let's open this up. Let's stop talking about everything else. My video is going to be longer, so if you don't like it, please get out. It's that simple. If you're not into tech, you probably don't want to watch this video because I'm going to rant, and I'm not going to rant, but I'm going to talk about everything that, you know, is important to me when it comes to this. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. Come on. Get out. All right. Whoa, my bad. That was a failure. It was almost like that very first iPhone that the guy dropped. But this is no iPhone. Oh man, the first thing that comes to mind is massiveness. Completely hides the Note 4. Just completely. No doubt about it. Let's compare it to the OnePlus One here. That's actually pretty close, but you can still completely hide that OnePlus One behind there. And the LG G3, that's just no comparison at all. There's just nothing to compare that to. So let's go ahead and set this to the side, and let's compare it last but not least to the Nexus 5. Oh my word. I will say this. If you're interested in getting a Nexus 5, a Nexus 5 is still a very, very solid phone. There is absolutely no reason in the world for you not to get the Nexus 5 if you say this is too big. There's no way. If you think that that's way too big, the Nexus 5 is still a great one-handed device. It has Android 5.0 Lollipop. It will continue to get future updates like 5.1, 5.5, 6.0, and etc. I mean, this 2 gigs, Snapdragon 800. Dude, this thing is not going anywhere for a while. So if this is too big for you, I highly recommend getting this. I'm telling you, you can bash an Nexus all day long, but until you actually use one for a day and you get used to how butter smooth everything is, you will have a hard time going to LG's little skin that they have on top of Android or to Samsung's little TouchWiz interface. I mean, seriously, come on. You cannot compare stock Android to a skin. You just can't. I mean, those HTC, Samsung, LG, all those people take stock Android that you're going to find on here, and then they pile a bunch of stuff on it and shove stuff down its throat and make it bloated and just huge. And yeah, okay. Let's keep unboxing this. Now, depending on which carrier you went with, you're going to have different stuff. This one just has like 6 SIM card removal, so I'm going to need that to put I need to go get a nano SIM. You got safety and warranty, and then you have this little guide here. And it tells you about it has NFC, the power button, volume up and down, and the USB, and then the charging thing. This does have very, very fast charging, so you should be able to charge this sucker up in no time at all. Yes, removable batteries are awesome, and I do enjoy them very much because I have removable batteries for all of my devices that have removable batteries. I have extra batteries for those phones. But I mean, this thing includes very fast charging. Let's go ahead and look at that real quick. Let's take this out of here. All right, let's take this out of here, and let's peel this off too. Nice charger, very sleek, very sleek. Let's look at this right here at the bottom. Go ahead and pause that if you need to. Let's get that to focus. Come on, focus. All right, let's zoom in on this. There you go. You should be able to read that whether you're watching this video in 1080p, 1440p, or 2160p, which is 4K. Yes, 4K. That also brings me to the fact that this does have a quad HD screen. So this thing will charge your phone up very, very fast. You can see all that goodness right there for yourself if you want to see that. Look at that. Look at those numbers. That is just awesome. That means your phone's going to charge up very fast. Let's stop saying that. Now, this is a very big phone. To be completely honest with you, check my Twitter. I got SquareTrade on my Note 4. I'm going to get SquareTrade on my Nexus 6. I'm not going to pay my carrier $10, $11, $12 per month. You add that up over the course of a year, multiply 12 months times $10, $11, $12. SquareTrade only charges you $5 a month, or you can just plop down a flat fee up front, which is what I like to do because I don't like to make monthly payments. But I also want to know that if I drop this phone or I break it, I spent $771 on this phone. You can go to my Instagram and check out my pictures. I'll even link to some in the description. I paid $771 for this phone. Now, that's a lot of money, and I can't pull that out of my butt at any given moment and buy another one. So I am getting SquareTrade on this thing just like I did my Note 4, just like I've done on my tablets, just like I've done on my cameras. I'm not going to go on any more about it. If you want to know more about SquareTrade, and if you don't want to get ripped off by your carrier, I will have a link in the description if you want to check out SquareTrade for yourself and find out if it's worth it. I know someone out there is going to comment, wow, it took you several minutes just to turn the damn phone on. I'm saying it first. Yes, it did. I have make longer videos. End of story. This is the flash. It is a circle flash. It's supposed to flash 2 times. You can see the little LEDs right in there if you look close on that. The back of it, you just have the Nexus branding and the Motorola logo with a little dimple, so I guess it makes it easy to hold. You can have a little spot to press down on. The up and down buttons are very close to the bottom of the phone, which is nice. As you can see, I have no problem pressing volume up and down, and then that power button. Now let's go ahead and hold down that power button while we're doing everything else. It's got a little screen protector on it. Neat. I'm going to keep that on because I'll take it off, but yeah, whatever. I'm a nut. You do have those 2 speakers on the front. And the reason I stopped using my Nexus 5 and I used my HTC One M8 Google Play Edition was because of those front-facing speakers. That was probably the biggest difference between the Nexus 5 and the M8 Google Play Edition, was those front-facing speakers. This has front-facing speakers. So I have no reason in the world to use my HTC One M8 Google Play Edition ever again. My wife's using it. I paid, dude, if you think this phone's expensive, I paid exactly the same amount for this phone that I did my HTC One M8 Google Play Edition. That was also $699. And if you look back to like March of this year, 2014, you will also see that pictures of that too, where I posted the proof that I bought it on there. So let's go ahead and set this sucker up. I need to go get a nano SIM card. That's the downside. A phone this freaking huge, why can't they just use a micro? The freaking Note 4 uses a micro. The OnePlus One uses a micro. The LG G3 uses a micro. The Nexus 5 uses a micro. Why can't this phone use a micro? It's just, come on. Really? Let's type in our thing here. And one of the nice things you're going to love about a big screen is the keyboard. After getting used to using my Note 4, my OnePlus One every day, it's so weird going to this phone. You bring up the little keyboard here, and oh my word, it's like you feel like you've got to be very careful to type those tiny little letters because the screen is so small when you're used to the bigger screens. So let's go ahead and put in the password for our Wi-Fi here. I'm telling you, oh, bro, once you get used to the big screen, typing is so nice and so awesome. And those front-facing speakers, oh, hell yeah. We're going to have a blast with those front-facing speakers. Now, I wonder if this has the same NFC startup that the Nexus 5 does. We'll see. Tap and go. Sweet. So what we're going to do here is we're going to unlock our Nexus 5, and all we're going to do is tap them together. And then press down. It says copy accounts. Yes. We're going to copy them over, and it says to continue, tap OK on your other device. I did. I tapped OK. All right, there we go. All we had to do now is type in our password, which is something we didn't have to do in the preview. So that is nice that you can't just like, hey, let me see your Nexus 5 there, brother. Tap it over. Okay, there you go. You can have your phone back. You actually have to type your password in. So let me go ahead and do that now. All right, so we typed in our password, and now we're going to go through this. And it should ask me what phone to restore it to. Or since I did NFC on this phone, it's going to automatically restore everything. I'm going to go ahead and set up as a new phone. But if you want to see like the setup, just check out my Lollipop video and it shows you what it looks like when you restore from different devices and stuff. So use Google Location Service, help improve this, help improve Android. No, I'm totally, I'm a terrible person, I know. Yes, I'm totally into Google Now. I love Google Now. I like those buttons are so close to the bottom there, so it's very easy to press them. It says restoring. Okay, so apparently it is going to restore all my apps, which isn't a big deal. I mean, come on, I'm going to use this phone. I'm going to unlock the bootloader and make a video on unlocking the bootloader as soon as I'm done with this unboxing. So I'm gonna not play with it too much because once you unlock the bootloader, it does erase your phone. And you have to unlock your bootloader in order to have root access. Now, if you don't want root access, don't worry about it. I'm an Android veteran. I've been using Android since 1.5. I couldn't even install apps that needed 1.6 or 2.0 on my Samsung Moment back in Christmas 2009. And then I first rooted my Samsung Moment in like January, February 2010 when I installed 2.1 on it. So I've had root access for a very long time. If you're, I don't know, some people aren't gonna be interested in root and some people are. So that's just all there is to it. Android's definitely making it easier, like syncing your progress between devices and not necessarily root. The biggest reason I root is to back up and restore apps and stuff. And a Lollipop, even KitKat and before that, they've done better and better and better about making it towards if you play a game on here and then you get on here, your progress is synced between the two. Now, that's not the case with all apps, unfortunately, so only certain apps do that. But it'll get better and better in time. We've seen that before. That phone is massive. Absolutely massive. There are times I'm definitely going to reach for this phone if I need to go ahead and compose a quick little tweet or something or text somebody because it's typing with one hand. It's just going to be a lot easier with the smaller screen versus the big screen because it's like you got to reach all the way around it to get to certain things on the screen. That's why I always hold my phone with two hands, which is fine, and I can type really fast with two hands. But if you're like doing something, it makes it hard to type. If you're trying to do something with your other hand and you're trying to use your phone with this hand, it does make it harder. And this is also something I noticed about Lollipop. It restores your home screens, and you have a little circle, and as that app is downloading, it fills up. So before it downloads a whole lot of apps, let's take a look of what all we have. Now, obviously, a couple of these like TTorrent, Yahoo Mail, and Falcon Pro are mine. You should only have about 1 page of apps by default. So some of these apps are stuff. Look at that. It's already got an update right out of the box. Let's go ahead and download that update and apply it. You know what? I am going to go ahead and take this off because that little white piece right there at the bottom just looks tacky. Let's take this. As much as I want to keep it on because I wouldn't mind having a screen protector on my phone. I just don't like putting them on. There we go. That is sticky. It's stuck to my fingers. Look at that. It's grabbing onto me. It's not letting go. All right, let's fast forward to this. All right, so when your phone boots up, you are going to get a little thing that says Android is upgrading. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and finish posting on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you probably didn't know this video is coming out. So there we go. Hit post on Instagram. Instagram.com/www.joshdew, or open the Instagram app and just search for www.joshdew. All right, so Android is upgrading. This is awesome. This is using the crazy fast Snapdragon 805, 2.7 gigahertz. I mean, this thing has 3 gigs of RAM. It does not have an overlay like TouchWiz does to soaking up 2 gigs, sometimes even more than 2 gigs of your 3 gigs of RAM. You get absolutely all of it to yourself. And if you're debating between the Nexus 6 and the Note 4, get the Nexus 6, man. There's just no arguing or debating over that. I mean, unless you absolutely have to have that pin on the bottom, I cannot say get the Note 4 over the Nexus 6. No freaking way can I say that. All right, so again, we got the 64 gig, so we're not going to have to worry about storage for a long time. This sucker's just freaking packed. All maps are being restored. Drag down with 2 fingers to get to your quick toggles to lower your brightness. And as you can see, it fades everything else on the screen away. So you get a good view of just your home screen and how the brightness is going to do. For some reason, it kicked in at 2.4 gigahertz when I restored my account. So all you're going to do is tap just below it, and it'll take you to your settings here. And I'm going to go ahead and forget this. That's another thing to bring up. With 5 gigahertz, I'm getting 866 megabits per second. Look at that. Dude, my router is downstairs. Down freaking stairs. And I'm getting that link speed up here. Dude. If you're not following me on my Facebook page, I am moving. I'm not moving to California yet. That's still that's a ways away even if I do it. But I'm moving to an apartment December 1st, and it already has Google Fiber in the apartment set up and ready to go. So what that means is when I have my gigabit down and gigabit up, I'll be able to take this 866 megabit link speed, and I'll get to have most of my speed on my phone. So I am super freaking excited. I'm so glad to be done with Comcast here very soon. I'm so glad. Now what you can do is you can drag down twice to get to this, or you can drag down with 2 fingers to get right to it. So there's a quick little tip for you if you're new to Android Lollipop. I've been using Android Lollipop since the freaking preview, so I've had it for a while. Drag down with 2 fingers to get to your quick settings and your brightness and stuff. Drag down with 1 finger to get to your notifications, or drag down twice with 1 finger to get to all of them. You've got quick access to your flashlight. Look at that! Do you see that? That's 2 LEDs. That is, look, there's one, there's the other. There's one, there's the other. That is 2 LEDs, man. Oh, that is so awesome. You can cast your screen to your Chromecast or your Nexus player or something. Auto-rotate the screen, turn on airplane mode. Again, you can just press on the text to take you right to your Bluetooth settings. You can press on the flashlight, which doesn't have text, so like Wi-Fi there, it takes you right to your Wi-Fi. I already showed you that. Recent apps, this is awesome. You slide them away, or you can press the little X little button there. Or if you want to uninstall an app, you can long press on it, and it'll take you to the setting. Oh, you got to go to developer options. Okay, so go to settings here, and then go to about phone, and then go to build number, and keep tapping on that. All right, so go to developer options, And now you can enable USB debugging, you can uncheck verify apps over USB, you can change the animation scale time so it feels a little bit snappier than it is. Oh, and someone says the device boots up slowly. Dude, this has decryption on, or encryption. So anything you do on your phone is being encrypted. On the Nexus 9, they figured out a way to disable that. And if they haven't already, they'll probably figure out a way to disable encryption on here as well if you want your phone to start up faster. So those of you that say, oh, it has a really slow startup time, dude, bro, dude, that's that encryption going to work for you. Okay, so now developer options is enabled, so we'll hit recent apps, and now we long press on this, and bam, look at that. Look at that. Earlier it did absolutely nothing. Now it takes you to the setting for that. Let's open up YouTube and go home and go recent apps. There's YouTube. Now we can go here and we can force stop it. We can clear the data for it. We can uninstall updates, or if it's a user app, we can uninstall that. Dude. This is awesome. I'm going to be using the crap out of this. Oh, and if you get this and you see a little star up there, that is your priority notifications. Let me show you that. So hit priority. You can do like timed, where only certain people or contacts or something can actually like notify you of stuff. Now you have a little star up there. So if you have a little star and you're wondering what the heck that is your notifications. Just set it to all and it goes away. And we need to go to the AT&T store today, like right now, and get a nano SIM for this sucker so I can stop using my OnePlus One and let that sucker go to rest. This is awesome. This is awesome. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving it a huge thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to see more videos on Nexus 6, please subscribe. I'm going to be having my first impressions tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'm going to have a full review someday. I'm going to have unlocked a bootloader very, very soon. I'm going to have a root very, very soon. I'm going to have camera tests. This does have optic image stabilization. So this time around, they didn't skimp out on the camera. You've got an awesome 13 megapixel camera with dual LED flash, optic image stabilization, meaning if you're walking around, it's actually got hardware in there that stops the video from shaking a lot. So we're going to do some video tests. We've got tons of videos coming very soon of this bad boy. So please subscribe if you have not already. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to know when the next video is coming out. If you want to stay in touch with me, ask me questions. Hey Josh, get on Xbox Live, get on PSN. My gamer tag and my PlayStation name are in my Twitter bio if you want to know what they are. Come on, dude, seriously, get this freaking phone. Get it, seriously. If you don't like the big screen, get the Nexus 5. Seriously, these should be your only two phones that you consider even getting. Being dead serious. Look at that screen. I shook it, so it popped up there. Let's do that again. Let's pick it up, and I don't know how to trigger it. You pick it up. There we go. It's black at first, so let's do. Oh, come on. Okay, so you pick it up, and all right, how does this work? Pick it up. Okay, well, you saw that the text was really, really dark, and it kind of gives you like a little, like quick little glance of your notifications and stuff. So I can't get this to do it again. Obviously, this is just my unboxing. It's my first time playing with this phone, so I need to learn more about it. Again, this is What Would Josh Do? Please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please follow me on my social media accounts. All links will be in the description below. I'm out.